Just about every driver
If you're not on your toes, you're going to die.
has had a close call.
The closest I come to using profanity every day is when we're driving. It's awful.
I think every day I'm on the freeway, I almost get in an accident.
Suspended and unlicensed drivers are a big part of the problem.
In San Diego, at any given time, there are 42,000 suspended drivers and an additional 40,000 unlicensed drivers.
Oh my God.
It is darn scary. Yeah, it is.
Suspended and unlicensed drivers are 4 times more likely to be involved in a crash. They also cause 28% of fatal collisions.
So I'm basically trying to save lives just any way I can. Just like
Monica Zeck lectures about driving safety. 12 years ago, it became personal.
My dad was a pedestrian. He was crossing a street when he was struck and killed by a DUI driver.
It took Monica 6 years to find the strength to use the pictures.
The officers were hesitant in letting me look.
Her father's face left an imprint, his hair caught in the windshield. The wallet Monica got him for his birthday is on the ground. The crash never should have happened for so many reasons. It was the driver's 4th DUI arrest, and he was still driving on a suspended license from his first DUI.
Did you ask yourself, though, why was he allowed to continue?
I did, but they just said it's the loopholes in the system, where part of the loophole is legal, but the other part is that they can't stop everybody who's got a suspended license.
But the San Diego Traffic Offenders Program, known as STOP, does try to get as many of these drivers off the road as it can. Officers use stings, surveillance, and traffic stops to catch them.
Do you have your license? No. ID card?
This woman was driving without a license.
So why weren't you driving without a license?
I never take the car, but we have to take this my girl to the school.
So why don't you get a license?
I don't have my papers.
She says it's the first time she's ever done it, even though she's lived in this country 8 years.
I find that hard to believe. That's hard to believe that this is the first time you've done it if you've lived here for 8 years.
Yeah.
The fine is about $270. Her friend's car will also be impounded for 1 day at a cost of roughly $300. Failure to appear in court is a big reason why driving privileges are suspended. This driver's excuse? He couldn't afford to pay his speeding ticket. Now he faces up to $5,400 in fines for driving on a suspended license too, and his friend's truck will be impounded for a day. Driving under the influence is the other main reason why people lose their license.
Well, I didn't know my license was suspended.
You didn't know?
No.
How can you not know, though, if you got it suspended for a DUI? They tell you right there.
Well, I went to court and they gave me a paper, so I told us the license didn't suspend it. Yeah.
They usually know that they're suspended, but they don't want to admit to it.
But the driver is given the benefit of the doubt and charged.
I'm giving you notice right now that your privilege to drive in this state is suspended.
It's amazing how many people they catch on suspended licenses. People have the attitude, well, yes, they took away my license, but I still have to drive. I have to get to work, but they also still go to the bar.
Suspended, revoked, and unlicensed drivers can be found in all parts of the city. But according to DMV records, there are areas where you'll find more of them.
It's predominantly in a 92114, 92113, 92105.
Some of these areas are gang territory. That's no coincidence. Many arrests also involve drugs, stolen cars, and other crimes.
Our map of suspended drivers looked basically like the map of gang activity in the city of San Diego.
San Diego takes a tougher stand than many cities. Here, there is a dedicated unit and aggressive prosecution to stop offenders. About 18,000 cars are impounded each year. Fees run almost $1,000 for a 30-day hold. If fees aren't paid, the vehicle ends up here.
$5 to go. $5 to get 5.
We're at Roto One Auto Auctions.
700. 750.
Down on Otay Mesa Road.
So 275 your weight.
Down by the border.
Not 190. 86 model Toyota. This is a forfeiture vehicle, guys.
We're selling police impounds.
Made 175 to go. 75 to the back.
Roughly, we're going to sell about 300 cars today.
Sold 15 your weight.
Potentially losing a vehicle does provide incentive to pay fines and resolve court issues.
About half of the people who are threatened with losing their car do go out and take care of all of the driving issues to get a valid license.
This is what we call our loser board.
But the other half continues to drive. Repeat offenders are common.
We see some people with as many as 15 suspensions on their driving record.
Nevertheless, STOP is making a difference. Since it began 8 years ago, the number of fatal collisions involving suspended and unlicensed drivers has dropped from 40 to 28%. The number of cases prosecuted is more than 3 times greater, too.
I think we are making some people think about it, or we're taking the car away from them before they do crash.
But the harsh reality is there will never be enough resources to keep every offender off the streets.
It's very draining to talk as much as I do, but it's worth it if it means it's going to stop somebody else from experiencing the loss of a loved one.
This, of course, brings up the importance of having good uninsured motorist insurance. It's not required by law, but for an average of $25 to $50 a year, you will be covered if you're hit by one of these drivers. I'm Julie Iriondo, Channel 4, San Diego.